To refurb this lock using the refurb kit, we must first remove the old gearbox. The gearbox on this system is affixed with 3 T20 Torx screws, and we'll remove those first. All 3 screws are of the same length. So with the lock in the unlock position, remove the screws and the centre case. Pull off of the mechanism. We will next remove our top hook case. This is again attached with 3 T20 Torx screws. Again, once the screws are removed, this will simply pull off the back. And we can now remove our bottom hook case. And again, same situation, 3 T20 Torx screws. So we now need the items from our refurb kit in order to repair our existing lock. In this case, the refurb kit comprises of a centre case with a latch and deadbolt and a top and bottom hook case. These both feature upwards facing hooks, so both hooks move in the same direction and both hooks are upwards hooks. And these are fixed to the mechanism with the T20 Torx screws previously mentioned. And there are 9 Torx screws required for this, 3 for each of the elements in the kit. So we will begin with the centre case, again making sure this is in the unlock position, and the easiest way is to have the centre case on its back and drop the faceplate over the top, making sure to line the return on the bottom operating rod up with the groove that is cut into the travel plate inside the gearbox. The top operating rod features an aperture, and that aperture must sit over this peg again, that's on the travel plate inside the gearbox. So once you have all of those elements lined up, it's easiest to start with the center fixing. Again, these are T20 Torx fixings. As with all these multi-point machine screws, you don't want to over tighten them. All of the Torx screws on this locking system are same size, so we don't have to be conscious of different size screws, different lengths of screw. With the centre case fixed, we can now move on to our top fixing point, our top hook case. Brilliant. So our top hook aperture, we're going to lay the strip on its side, and both our hooks will be upwards facing hooks. So ensure that again you're in the unlock position and the hook case itself is in the unlock position. And we're going to line this locating peg with this hole in the faceplate. And if that peg is lined up with that hole in the faceplate, everything else should be about right. Because the operating rod is of course clamped in position by the gearbox. So we'll get our fixings in here. Again, don't forget there are three. There is a centre fixing as well as the top and bottom fixings. So we can now move on to our bottom hook case. And again, we have an upwards hook, so relative to the rest of our lock, our hook should end up in the upwards position. We have our pegs and our locating holes for those pegs. So a peg here and a locating hole, a peg and a locating hole. So we can position the pegs in the right place, and everything else should be retained relatively in position. And our 3 fixings for our bottom hook case. And we can now test the operation of our lock, and we have a refurbished FUHR locking mechanism.